This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Firefly. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcased on your standard classified window box packaging, with that Cobra Island emblem on the bottom left. Turning the box around, we can see that really cool and detailed image of Cobra Island. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now let's check out Firefly. Now again, the Joe community has been a little out of hand lately, and this is one of the figures that's kind of become a pain in the butt to get. Luckily, a good buddy, Bo Clark, who I've known for years in the Facebook groups, hooked me up for cost without paying any crazy scalper price. So shout out to Bo for hooking me up and making this review possible, so I really appreciate it. I always say to a lot of people, make sure to make connections and friends over these groups, man. It really pays off, and it's helped me out over the years, which is fantastic. So anyways, the figure itself, really stoked about. I love that head sculpt. The head paint on there looks awesome. He just looks so gnarly. I love even the curl on the top of the head here. How you see how his cowl isn't as symmetrical. I think that's really, really cool. So I dig that, man. All that looks great. All the lining in there and the stitch work all looks fantastic. That's one thing I'm really enjoying about the G.I. Joe Classified line. The sculpting work is incredible. The suit here looks great. Now, as you can see, the chest armor that I have here is the more glossy one, so I guess that was a running change where he has more of a flat-coated one. So I guess whichever you prefer, it doesn't really matter to me, but still looks great. I love all the little holsters in here, looking awesome. The grenades are here on the shoulder pads right here that are not removable, but I just love this, man. It has a very classic look of Firefly in this like gray camo, but looks great. The knuckles and all that look awesome too. I love the shoulder pauldron right here with the Cobra logo on that, and you can see some nicking and scratching and dents and like that. So I think it's so cool, man. I love when they do the detail like that. You got his crotch flap right here with the buckle painted silver, so I love that. The pants all looking really good. Again, all that really nice camo. Boots looking really detailed. Love this a lot. Got a butt flap here with some scratches and dents on it too. The back, which is a little painting on the back here, but still great sculpt. I love that. Maybe I'll detail that up myself later. But still, man, I'm really happy with this, man. Firefly was always one of my favorite characters when I was a kid. I just thought he was such a cool looking character. Even that crazy green variant that came out in the 90s, I love that one too. That was really cool. It is noted that the pants here are the same pants that we got with the Snake Eyes figure. You can even see the knee pads are the exact same thing here. So not a whole lot of, it's pretty much just parts reusage, which we're going to see a lot of like that. So I dig that. But we also got the same boots that came with Destro here. So you can see how those are exactly the same, just different colors like that. So I'm all about mixing and matching parts and then adding new parts to make a character look cool. I totally get why they have to do this. It looks good. But man, I'm very happy about this. I know a lot of people weren't too stoked on this big armor that he's wearing, this big bulky armor. But I mean, that's kind of like the type of padding and armor that these explosive guys wear, like, you know, demolitions guys will wear. So, I mean, it suits the character, and he's worn this kind of stuff before. So I like it, and I get it's going to hinder articulation a bit, but still, I think it looks cool. Very, very cool addition to the collection. Alright, so now let's check the accessories here. What I do like about this line is we do tend to get a good amount of accessories here. So the first thing I'll show off is the goggles here that you can put on the head like so. Those are really cool. I really dig, like, you know, night vision type stuff like that. You can put them over the eyes. They kind of don't seem like they fit all that great in my opinion. You get them on this, they look cool. But I don't know, I just kind of wish they would fit a little more form around that particular mask, but still looks really cool. And chances are I'm just going to have him like up on his forehead like that, because I think that looks great. We also do get a backpack here, which is nice too. I love the little details that you see with the little silver paint. You got some tools in there, some snippers and some wrenches and things like that. So I love all the little detail we get on that. You can just plug this in the back via peg, which is nice because pretty much all G.I. Joes have types of back pegs and backpacks and things like that. So I think that works great. We also have this little bundle of dynamite, which I think is awesome. No little timer painted on there, but still really cool. You know, he's demolitions, he blows stuff up. So I think that works out great. Love that little thing here. And it has a little type of peg here. And I'm pretty sure you could just like put this under here. So I'm thinking just like that, right? If I could just get this on there like so. So that's pretty cool. So I love that. Again, always love when you could holster all a character's accessories on them. I think it's rad. We also do get this nice rifle here, a little blaster. Some people aren't about the more futuristic type stuff. I think it's cool. I'm with it. You know, they did use lasers in the original cartoons, so I'm cool with that. So I love that. He can get a good grip on it with the hand here, with either hand really, because you do get 2 trigger finger hands, which is nice. So you can get that, and he holds on to that very well. So I love that. I guess the big thing that I know a lot of people are going to complain about is that big peg just sticking off the gun right there. So totally understand that. But it's cool because we do have a peg on like the side of the pack here. So I guess you could put it like this in there like that, and you could holster his gun on the side of his pack. Again, love how you could holster a character's accessories like so. We also do get this like little iPad type of tablet control pad for this really awesome drone that he gets. I think that is a super cool accessory that fits the Firefly character. I love this, man. Very cool. It doesn't seem to be articulated all that much, so the legs can go that. I tried to see if these can rotate or move. No, it's just the legs. So still very cool addition. I love that. What's also really nice, you take off the backpack and we have a little slot in there, and you can see how those rings will kind of like match up. You can put that in there and it holsters in there perfectly. So I dig this, man. I dig this a lot. Same thing with the actual drone himself. You got 2 little slots on the top. You can actually take the feet and slide those in there like so, and they fit in there very nice and solid, and that is not going anywhere. And there you go. You have everything holstered on his backpack, goggles on his head. That is really cool, man. I love whenever a figure can do that. That is just really cool to me. Oh man, I'm loving this line so much. I really am. But still, that's really cool, man. We get a good amount of stuff. He can carry everything. A+ in my book. I really dig this figure. Alright, so let's run down the articulation now. So the head is on a ball joint, rolls around, looks like a double ball peg on the head and the neck, so you get a lot of good motion there. And it's going to be hindered by the collar a bit, left and right, up, not so much, down about that. Again, it's going to be hindered by the collar, a little rocking side to side. Arms go full 360 like so. Even with this one, this shoulder pauldron is pretty soft, so it gets out of the way, which is really nice. We do get a butterfly joint in there, so that's really nice. Rotation of the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. Now this is where it's going to be articulated here, but you can still kind of feel the motion there. It rolls around a bit, does turn left and right, pivot side to side, crunches back and forth very little. So yeah, you're not going to get anything in too dynamic, and you probably could cut this thing off and have like a fully articulated body if you really wanted to, and customize it however you like. So that's pretty cool. We got hip joints that kick forward, that far, back, that far, like so. You do get that pull down feature right there in the hip, so I love that. Rotation in the upper thigh. We got double jointed knees, which were very tight out of the box, and he can kick himself in his own butt, so I love that. We got rotation at the boot. Ankles go up, down, and a really sweet ankle rocker. So overall, man, like, here's the thing. I love G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was one of those all-time favorite toy lines when I was a kid. Absolutely love them. And I always said, as an adult collector, my dream would be to have a 6-inch Joe line, and I would just be all about it. You know, again, one of my all-time favorite toy lines when I was a kid. But man, it has been kind of a pain in the butt with the community the way it is, trying to get these figures, especially these Cobra Island figures, which are ridiculous, and people are losing their minds and buying them in droves and flipping them for ridiculous prices. I will not partake in any of that. Luckily, I just make good friends. We help each other out whenever we can. And that's how I got this Firefly. Again, always love Firefly. I think this is a great rendition for a 6-inch figure of that character. And in my opinion, at the right price, he is definitely a must-get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is sitting next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and McFarlane Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is sitting next to the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes and Cobra Trooper. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the G.I. Joe Classified Firefly. Now overall, I think this is a pretty badass figure and a really good update to one of my all-time favorite characters from the vintage G.I. Joe line. I always loved those classic Joe toys. They were definitely some of my favorite. I used to run around with a tote bag around the neighborhood with all the other kids playing with my G.I. Joes. And now as an adult, we finally get these 6-inch figures, which are really awesome. Now, this is one of those figures that's kind of a pain in the butt to get, as we all know. These Target exclusive figures are a real headache, and man, they are becoming the bane of existence for collectors. But please, guys, learn to help each other out. Don't scalp each other. Help another collector out by hooking them up the way another collector hooked me up. I do the same. I always pay it forward, and that's how true collecting should be. Now, I think this is a badass piece with great sculpting. I love all the accessories, and I love the fact that he can even carry all his accessories on his backpack alone. I think that's really dope, man. I love Firefly, and this is such a great rendition. I think the vest is probably the biggest thing that's a little turned off by people because it does hinder articulation and does make it look a little bulky, but I like it. It fits the character, and I do wish it had a little more torso articulation, but again, I understand. He's still really rad, a totally fun figure, and definitely a must-get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.